Welcome to the Skeleton Studios podcast with Mark and Sam, and today we are featuring a Clevelander known as
Vince Lundi.
Vince Lundi. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me, fellas.
Welcome to the studio.
Yeah, welcome to the cast.
This place is awesome. Yeah, I know a couple friends who have spaces in this studio, but like yours is just so different. It's so unique. It almost reminds me of what's his name? The YouTuber Casey. Like Casey
Neistat?
Yeah, it's like just a bunch of like random stuff everywhere. Like
He's definitely got some inspiration up in here.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, like
You're
obviously like the standard stuff, like the cameras and the lights and all that jazz. But then you have like surfboards and climbing ropes and pull-up bars and like everything else in between. I love stop signs. Like It looks like a garage that I want to have.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah,
appreciate it, man. We kind of live here.
Yeah,
it's sweet.
We want to make this place fun. It is our work environment, but it's also our lifestyle.
Yeah.
If we're gonna work for ourselves, we want to make it be the dream.
Yeah, for sure. That's one thing. Like, gosh. So I've had my business going. I started in end of 2015. So,
that's right when we started.
Yeah, going on 4 years here. I've been doing videos since way before that, but I just like went out and finally just went on my own that year. And ever since then, I've just like, I quit my job. I was at Best Buy, and then I served at Winking Lizard for a little bit, which is just like a restaurant, like a bar restaurant. And then went on my own, and it was such a big adjustment, and it still is. I mean, I'm adjusted to it now, but it still is really tough not having like a place to go to work. And like,
for sure.
And people say that people have always said like, oh, you got to have like a place to go. You got to like leave work at work and just come home and relax. And,
right.
And I've been hearing that for years, and just nothing. I really, unfortunately, I still haven't made any, movement to go out and find my own space. So really, it's just me. I walk down the stairs every day and go to my office. It's me and my dogs, and it's awesome. Dude, I can do whatever I want there and work on my own time and terms and do whatever I want. But at the same time, like, I don't have a lot of like social interaction throughout the day or camaraderie or anything like that, because I'm so used to, like, I played hockey my whole life. Yeah. So used to being on a team and like being with my buds and having like that, that camaraderie. And it helps a lot with just everyday life. And then obviously creating and everything.
The dogs aren't pumping you up?
No, they're not pumping me up. So it is nice, like when I do like music videos, like I will have like those, meetings and stuff or conference calls with them. And we do get to collab and work together a lot, because there is a lot of pre-production in music videos where it's like, there's talking about, the creative direction of the video.
Right.
And I do a lot of weddings too. I do mostly weddings. That's like my big money maker that pays my mortgage and my bills and my insurance and all that stuff. And weddings are awesome, but I don't get that from like, there's no like collaboration.
Absolutely.
You meet with the bride and groom and everything, but there's no like, okay, like what creative direction can we take this? Like, It's really just the same. Like I'm going to go film your day. It's going to be totally different just because everyone's different.
Right.
And I'll edit how I see fit. And that's kind of, there's no like, like calling on the phone and like, hey, what if we tried this, or what if we did? No, it's a wedding.
Right,
They're kind of all the same.
And they're coming to you because they know what your product
exactly,
looks like already.
Exactly. They know exactly what it's going to
that.
look like. Just sub out their day, their location, their friends and family. So weddings are awesome. I know, Sam, before we got in here, you were kind of just like, I don't know how you do weddings. Like, I've done a couple, and they're just like so, I don't know, kind of monotonous and the same thing. And
I'm a whiner, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I think for me, and I hate to say it, but like I just saw some sort of like there was you could get paid to shoot weddings. Like there was some sort of career option out of weddings, especially as being in Northeast Ohio and Cleveland. Like
not much of a film scene.
Yeah, there's not a big music video market, and there's not a big commercial or film industry. So like weddings just seemed like they made sense to do. And I reached out to a couple people, started filming weddings with them, and then did really well. I mean, they are a lot of fun. I will admit it. And you could be really creative with the shooting and the edits and stuff, and use sliders and movies and still do really cool things.
For sure, yeah.
But I'm finding now that just like I started out my first year in business doing like 50, 60 weddings a year. Then
that's insane, dude.
Nuts. Like I would shoot
the
half
first
of them.
year, huh?
Yeah, the first year. Like
that is a big workload.
It was insane. Yeah, we were pretty cheap. Like so, like and I came out like really good.
Were you the only one editing all these?
What's that?
Were you the only one editing all
So
these?
yeah, I edited everything the first year. Everything.
Oh
it was
my God,
insane.
I'm literally getting like an anxiety
Yeah,
attack.
it was insane. But at the same time, like I went from like working at Best Buy making like $9.50 an hour to shooting 60 weddings a year. I mean, you do the math.
I was gonna say, I don't
that
care.
was like the first time for me. I was like really just making like an actual salary that I could live on and be proud of. And not just like that. It wasn't just like, oh, cool, I can go out and do whatever I want now. I can buy a nice car, I can have a nice apartment, but it was just half of it was just the fact that I could reinvest into my business,
which you have done very well.
Which I've done, and like my wife hates it, but I'm always just like reinvesting and like I've upgraded to the Movi Pro, I've upgraded to the C200. I mean, when I started, I was filming on a 7D.
Yep, we started on introductory Canon.
Yeah, well, this was when I started my business. When I started filming. It was Canon. Like when I first started learning, it was Canon XL1.
Yep.
It was
same with us.
It was like the shoulder rig cameras with like the zoom in, zoom out, the T and the W.
Yep. So yeah, that's what I want to talk about today is building a business in a Rust Belt city. And like you were saying before, there's not a whole lot of video opportunity outside of weddings, and obviously people need commercials and stuff.
Sure.
But you seem to have done pretty well at building up your specific business, and I'm not trying to toot our own horn, but we've done the same in just a few short years.
Sure.
Where the goals you set, you seem to be attaining, and same here. And I think for people who aren't doing their own thing, it sort of almost looks impossible, or like someone has been given all this opportunity. Mm-hmm. And what you've described already has been just like you shot and edited 50 weddings the first year.
60, yeah.
60. That's insane. Yeah. That's more than one a week.
Yeah, there would be weekends where there'd be weekends where it was 2-3 weddings in a weekend, and I would have me and my wife would shoot one, and I'd have another crew. You guys know Isaac and another girl, Danielle, and I would even have to call up people I've never worked with before, like, hey, can you shoot this weekend? And they're like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Right.
And so there'd be weekends with 2-3 weddings, and it was insane.
That's wild, man.
But at the same time, like you said, like getting started in the film media industry in a Rust Belt city, with not a big film market,
right?
You had to that was just so awesome that I could make a living doing that, and I was just so excited to take any and every gig, whether it was a wedding, a commercial. Like I had someone like, hey, I do essential oils. Can you film a commercial? I'm like, yes. Like,
yep, just saying yes to everything.
And saying yes to everything. And a lot's changed since then. This is 4 years later. A lot's changed in that aspect, but I'll never regret it. Like I learned so much, A, and B, I was able to reinvest my time and money and energy into where I want to run my business today, which is charging a lot more, like a premium price for weddings, and then like I said, I was able to reinvest, so I got into music videos and stuff too. So I was able to invest in, awesome, like the C200, which is 4K
you crank
camera,
out music videos too, dude.
Those are so much fun. That's my passion. So the fact that I could get all of the gear I needed for music videos while being able to I didn't have to the budgets were low just because they're all indie bands for the most part.
It's hard. It's hard.
I do get my fair share of label gigs, but even those are still low budget. But so the ones that weren't labels, I was still making money, but I didn't have to be afraid to the first couple ones sometimes break even because I was still using expensive gear and
for sure,
and renting lights and renting stabilizers and stuff like that. I was still able to do that stuff without having to worry about like I said, not making a big buck or getting paid.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, breaking even. And all that was due to shooting all the weddings I was shooting.
For sure.
So weddings was like I said, I don't know if we were on the podcast yet when I mentioned it, but like weddings that pays my bills, that pays the house. And then and really it's only like kind of now I'm only doing 20-25 weddings a year, which is amazing.
Oh, heck
so
yeah,
it's a 6-month gig. So I have the other 6 month, it's May, June, July, August. So it's May through October, and then I have November through April to do everything else I want to do. So my music videos, my commercial projects, which are like they're still really fun for me because they're totally different, and there's, you guys know, like you can still put a really cool creative spin on like a commercial or a marketing sales ploy or whatever.
So you did all those videos, and how'd you get that many clients in the first year?
You said just for weddings?
Yeah.
For weddings, it was all on the Knot. So, like, you've guys heard of, like, the Knot.com.
I have, yeah.
Yeah, they like, the brides will go there and they'll search, like, wedding videographers. And, you know, if you want to get started, if you want to get into weddings, get on the Knot or Wedding Wire, one of the two. Mm-hmm. And then, like, we did all the bridal shows. We literally hoard ourselves out there.
Sweet. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and, like, shamelessly just, like, got out there and put our name. But that's how we got out all of our gigs that year, and then from then on, it's just, we're still in the Knot, but now it's pretty much all word of mouth and stuff.
Yeah.
And
that's kind of where we're at now.
Which is the best way.
Mouth.
You guys know, people see that you're busy,
right,
and they think they have to have you, and then
that is so true, actually.
And I don't. So like that's why social media is huge. Like on Instagram, people see how busy you are, and they're like, oh my gosh, if he's with this person, he's doing something every day. I gotta have him too.
Exactly.
So it's kind of like a, I don't know, psychological thing, I guess, for like the clients. Yeah. But that's kind of how it happened, and like, so on top of doing 60 weddings that first year, I probably did like 25 music videos. Yeah. And I've probably done crazy, 20 music videos ever since a year. Yeah. And like I said, that's still like, and I've seen your music videos, and like they're awesome, but like you put a lot into like pre-production, planning out these shots. Oh yeah. Where like
you have a style, man.
Yeah, mine's more just like performance and really, really run and gun. I do my best to get the production value out of it, but like I love a good performance music video, and
I agree with you,
really
man,
like they're not as hard as you think. Like you just set up, the bands, light them the way you want to light them.
Have a dope set.
What's that?
Dope set.
Yeah, have a dope set, awesome location, and if you want to add a little bit of a narrative, it doesn't have to be like this whole like, story from. For sure. Like, it doesn't have to be an Inception with like all these twists and turns and plots. It can literally just be like
something simple,
like almost like a feeling or you got to evoke some sort of feeling. So if the video's like the song's sad, maybe just someone who's kind of like arguing with their kid arguing with their parents, or like a boyfriend and girlfriend arguing together, or maybe they're hitting the bottle or something, or just kind of, I don't know.
Them
you don't need anything like, you don't need all this crazy story. Right. You just need some sort of like visual B-roll to kind of promote the feeling you're going for.
For sure.
Yeah.
And that's how you get 50 music videos out in a year.
Yeah, well, 25 music videos, and half of them are narrative, like in performance. Yeah. And the other half are just performance. So like those those are so much fun, because I can just be like really, because like you have to keep the edit going or else it gets boring. For sure. If it's just performance. So like I can have really fun, a lot of fun with like getting creative with the edits, as far as like just like slow motion and glitches and distort, film burns, do all sorts of stuff to make it like keep the viewer interested rather than just. Or sometimes you even do 2 looks, right? So if it's just a performance video, a lot of times you try to get one location, and then maybe that's like a completely different lighting, maybe like a bright room with windows and something, and then you could do like another look, which is like a dark kind of basement look. Just have 2 different, for sure, something to set it apart, and then it keeps, again, even that will keep the viewer interested. Yeah. But there's like, I learned that, and I had no clue even what that was when I first started, but that's just something you learn, is like performance video. Oh, let's do at least 2 looks, and if you want a third, let's go for it. Let's have the singer walking down the street or something.
For sure.
I'm sure you're just a beast editor too. You're
Yeah.
probably so fast from year 1 doing 60 weddings. That probably really trained you to just.
I think that's really how I can do all this.
Yeah.
Is I'm just like a fast editor.
Yeah.
I don't know
Know
what
all
it
the quick
is.
keys and.
Yeah, I've had like people like I've trained like my wife to like help me like edit some weddings and stuff, and some other people like some of my shooters for the weddings and stuff, and they'll like I'll go through and edit. I'll be like, this is how I do it, and they're like, what are you even doing right now? I don't understand what's going on, and I'm like trying to explain as I go. They're like, slow down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't
Dude,
know,
there's
that's
something that sometimes when you're editing, there's this like, you get consumed, and
Yeah.
it's like your brain just goes.
Yes.
And
yes.
it's like you don't even have control of it. You just like go.
But it's hard
So
to get into that.
It is.
Sometimes. It's really hard.
I have my
Sometimes,
rituals, man. I'm like trying to figure everything
Somebody
out. Like, get
talks
myself
to you, you're like,
comfortable.
it just pulled me out, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I was in it.
My wife will be like in the other room, like doing emails or something. She'll be like, "Hey, this person wants to know if we can do this." I'm like, "Not now." I'm like I'm in the zone. You know what I mean?
You gotta leave me alone.
So it's really tough to get into it, but coffee helps.
Coffee sure
Yeah.
does, man.
All day.
Coffee helps for sure, and then
You
little.
pull all-nighters out?
Yeah, no, I can't do all-nighters. I know people like who are like Isaac. My buddy Isaac always does this. He's like, dude, I stayed up the last 2 nights editing this video. I'm like, what? I'll try to push it, and I can't get past like midnight.
Usually I can't either, man. I'll have to be
Yeah.
like chugging Red Bulls or something,
Yeah.
which obviously isn't good health
No.
over time.
No.
So what I'm seeing in your technique is that you went with quantity at first.
At first, yes.
And now you're trying to work towards getting your quality exact where you want.
That's
because of that.
exactly right. Yes.
So yeah, that is the Vince Lundi technique.
Yes.
One thing I saw that really paralleled your starting off with ours is we actually started this because we wanted to do YouTube.
Sure.
And we realized very soon after making like 60 YouTube videos or 50 YouTube videos that it's not going to pay anything for now, So
Yeah.
like that's how we kind of got more into production, and we started doing other projects, right?
Yeah.
But one of our we've talked about this before on the podcast, one of our big things was we started a 30-day vlog challenge. And we
Yeah.
had to put out a video a day for 30 days.
Oh.
And that was our 50 videos in a year thing like you did.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was like, you learned every single part of your camera. You learned
Yes.
how to storytell. You
Yeah.
learned all these things, and that just like persistence of getting a project done and doing a ton of them.
Yeah.
And
A
not
lot of
caring.
all-nighters in there.
That's
So
true.
you can do
We
the
can-
all-nighter?
I mean,
We-
yeah.
we try. I tend to
I
fall asleep.
tried not to, but
If you need to get it done, you got to get it done.
I'm actually a night person. I'm not a morning person, although I've been training myself to be a morning person, but I can literally just stay up forever.
So we started at noon today. Like, was it tough to get up? And, like,
Oh, no.
noon's
I
fine. You can do noon. But if it was
I
like...
wake up at, between 6 and 9.
Oh.
I've
We literally
recently,
just got out of
changed
a
over.
30-day 6 a.m. challenge we both did.
Really?
Where we would work from 6 a.m. till 9 before our girlfriends got up.
Yeah.
And it was like this perfectly peace quiet time.
Wow.
And it was
I
pretty
love
amazing.
that you guys have that. Like, I'm so jealous.
We do these challenges
Yeah.
all the time, man.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
right
you
now
have
is a
each other.
challenge.
Like, because if you were... Sam, if it was just you...
Yeah.
You wouldn't do that. Like, you would
No,
just,
no.
you would wake up at your own time, and it'd be the same thing day after day, and it'd be like, and that's what kind of where I'm at now. I'm in this, I need to do... I'm so, over getting up at 8 a.m. The
We'll
same
get you in
exact
on the
schedule
6
the
a.m.
last 3
challenge.
years.
Yeah, man.
We'll get
Yeah.
a group text going. We'll
Yeah,
mood
maybe.
you up.
Dude, we had
what we
accountability.
do.
It was you'd wake up, text the other person, wait for their text back, And
I
if they weren't
originally
texting
was
back,
trying
we were
to-
like hitting them up and calling and be like, dude, get
Wow.
up, get up, get up,
I was
get up.
originally trying to do a video with this challenge, and
Yeah.
the video idea kind of fizzled out, but the practice
What came
stayed.
from that is now we're not always waking up at 6, but it's very rare that I'm up past 7.
Yeah.
Because we became addicted to those 3 hours of,
They're nice to have, huh?
dude, oh my
It's
God,
a good
no
time
one in the
to
world's awake,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great time to get your social media together.
Just done.
Just
You
like
know,
social media
bang out
posts
a
are
bunch
done
of
at 8
posts
a.m.
on,
Yeah.
They do
my
really
Instagram,
well.
his Instagram, our Facebook page.
Yeah.
We run a couple
Instagram.
clients' Instagram. That's some other
Right.
stuff we do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we got to get those going.
Yep. Well, so you guys are talking about doing like the challenge or whatever. So I don't know if you guys, I know Sam follows me.
Yeah.
So I'm doing the
I don't follow you, bro.
365.
Photo
well, I
challenge?
don't know, because I know Sam and I are always chatting, but I don't know you as well. Anyway, well, obviously that's changing right now. Anyway, so I'm doing
a little harder than I do.
the 365 photo challenge, right?
Yeah.
And you probably think like, oh, dude, you're a filmmaker. Why not do a video? I'm like, well,
composition, bro.
I do enough videos. Like we've already talked about how many videos I do, right? So this is just something different. So the 365 challenge is as you guys can imagine, you take and post a new photo every day for a year.
Right.
Which seems crazy to most, but
right.
I've been doing it. I started January 1st. What is it? The 20th. Is it the 30th now? 29th, 30th?
Yeah, I think so.
So I'm 30 days in, and I've loved it so far. It's
great.
It's a total blast. I have just my little like Fuji Film X100 camera, and it's like super small. I take it everywhere I go. It's a ton of fun, and like the biggest thing is it gets me out of the house. Like I work because I'm by myself for the most part. So the fact that I have something to look forward to every day to like get out of the house, go explore, go do something, take and post a photo, it means like everything to me.
For sure.
Just because, and like I'm just like challenging myself. I'm not like challenging anyone else.
Right.
It's just like it's just my thing. So it's a lot of fun.
I guarantee that you will gain video knowledge from that photo challenge.
No doubt.
What I immediately thought was composition, because with a video, you know, there's always movement and stuff, but some of the best composed video shots ever I've been starting to, we're working on another music video with Scuff Mixon right now, and we're doing a 48-hour challenge. We're going to come in here, we're going to shoot the video, edit the video, and release it within 48 hours.
Oh my God.
And
what?
make a YouTube video.
Yes, and we're making a YouTube video about that.
Wow.
So that's the thing. You should come by for part of it.
That would be fun.
Is that a couple weeks?
A couple weeks, you said?
The 5th or 6th, I think.
February?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's next week.
Yeah, it is next week.
Wow.
Anyway, in the planning process, what we're doing now, I've been trying to describe to Casey, I'm like, let's not think about the shot necessarily. Let's just imagine each frame as a composition, and we'll work from that, because we're not going to do a lot of camera movement. It's going to be a lot of locked off shots.
Got it.
So I'm like, let's compose each scene
as
a picture, and then we'll build from there. You know, we can have the movement be, you know, smoke wisping or part of it. But yeah, like you're going to compose this shot as an image. And that's what I think. I'm as much of a photographer as I am a video person.
Your photography is super dope, Sam.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. Mark's got a good eye too.
Yeah, I gotta follow Mark.
Yeah, Mark does a lot of portraits.
Yeah,
Mark does a lot of like outdoor portraits.
Oh, okay.
And like dog stuff too.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of
landscapes
as well too.
Dogs are tough.
They never stop moving, dude.
No, they're crazy.
Got to get the shutter speeds like super fast.
What I do is you know, take my dogs out, let them on an off-leash adventure. They run around for a while, and you know, after like an hour or so, they start to get a little tired out, and they start like sitting.
Yeah.
You know, a little more.
And that's when you grab them.
That's when I start.
Got it.
You know, I also do the rapid fire.
Yeah.
To try to get them in a still moment, but yeah, they're definitely pretty hard.
I try to get a good photo. I have 2 huskies. I tried to get a good photo of them the other day, and I was just on my Fuji, and it does a good job, but like I brought out my 5D after, and it was like night and day. Like the Fuji's awesome, but like it is what it is. It's a pocket little like point and shoot camera,
right?
And yeah, you can do manual aperture and shutter and all that stuff, but like it doesn't compare to a 5D. Like
right.
So anyway, but I still stuck with the Fuji one because I want to do all my things on the Fuji. And
yeah, man.
I think it'd be really
slip
fun.
In the pocket camera if you need to. You have like
that's
a little
exactly.
flat lens on, like a little pancake.
Oh, you can't even detach it. It's just it's all. I brought it. I'll show it to you.
Oh
guys.
yeah, I want to check it out.
It's super cool. Like, it's so cool. So that's the beauty of it. Is like it's small. You can bring it everywhere, and you don't have to be like the guy like. Oh, what's this guy doing with this big camera? Like,
for sure.
Oh, that's a dope project.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about it, and I've already learned a ton, and a lot of it was just like looking for light, looking for color contrast.
Yep.
That's already something I've learned so far.
Yep.
Like not like camera settings. I don't think like we already know our settings.
Yeah, in the shot.
It's in the shot. It's looking for color contrast.
Yeah.
And like. Even your studio, like you guys, like got it figured out here. Like you got the blue light and the red and
we love light, man.
The color temperatures and stuff.
Yeah,
it's super cool.
Yeah, we need to well, after this, we're going to shoot some shots for this. But
Yeah.
we need to get working on something together, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do something for fun.
So back in the day, I first heard about you guys.
Yeah, I want to
'cause
hear.
you-
I've never
'cause-
heard how someone's heard about us.
Well, because you guys did that short, right?
Oh,
and
Crybaby. That was in 2015.
Yes. So, and then I did a short with my buddy, and he just wrote it all and directed, and I just was like the guy to film it. And
We were friends with
premiered it.
Danny. That's how we met.
Yeah,
you guys.
Danny. Okay.
Yeah.
And then so we did a premiere at the what was it, the Atlas?
Atlas. That was so
Theater.
fun.
Yeah, it was
dude.
really cool. And
Seeing
you guys,
the video?
you guys were you opened up.
Okay. This
So-
is Vince.
You didn't know this?
No.
That's
Oh my
hilarious.
God.
I
Yeah,
thought
no clue.
I for some reason thought the guy he was working with was middle aged. This is that Vince.
No, that's me. Yeah.
It's all coming together. Okay.
So
That's why. Yeah.
I
I have
Gotcha.
to admit, your film was awesome. I loved your guys' Crybaby Bridge film, which is like, if you guys don't know what Crybaby Bridge is, it's like an old urban legend out at this bridge out in Kirtland, and it's haunted.
It's all over the Midwest too. It's
Yeah,
funny.
all in the woods. There, it is creepy. I've been there before you guys filmed it, so I've like experienced it myself, and
Right.
it was we got ran off by like the person who lived on the property. They're
Yeah.
like, get out of here, you kids.
Yeah.
Really?
Like Scooby-Doo style. But anyway, that's how I met you guys. Your film was awesome, and I think a documentary is the way to go.
Dude,
like,
sick.
love
You got the right camera set up.
I love documentaries. I love I don't know, short films. They're cool, but like there's nothing better than a true story. And then really where I shine is storytelling via editing.
Right.
Right. So I think that's what I want to do. I don't know. We're only in January, so it's going to be a long year. But that is one of my goals for this year, is to do a passion project. And
Oh, yeah.
I don't think, because you guys saw those films, they were just whatever, because the guy who directed
It was
them.
the same with our. I mean, Crybaby was like 25% as good as our intentions were for
Totally,
it.
yeah.
And it was
Well,
our
that
first
was
short
our
film.
first.
That was the first thing we actually did together that wasn't like a montage extreme sports edit.
Oh yeah, those are always fun though.
Yeah, we had fun doing that, but
Yeah.
we actually haven't done a short film since for that reason. We're kind of
We actually put that out a year after we filmed it. We actually were so frustrated with everything.
Oh,
we
I think I did hear about
We sat on it for 1 year.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
were-
right. Danny did say this. They
Yeah.
never sit on it for so long. And,
well, it just turned a lot of stuff happened that were it messed up.
Yeah.
And we're just we decided after a year, we're like, you know what, we're not going to live the lives of not posting our stuff.
Right.
So let's fix it and put it out.
Will you follow any social media or filmmaker, photographer, influencer, whatever?
Yeah.
And everyone
like
says
that.
the same thing. Just put it out.
Don't
Yep.
be precious about it.
Don't and I do the same thing with my work. I'm like, there's this little clip in there that's has more of a red tint than the rest of the film, and I'm it's so
Fix it. You can't
it is
get
so
right.
stupid,
They're gonna be able to notice
and,
that.
and it's just just put it out and move
Yeah.
on to the next one, and people, it's still gonna be it's better to put it out than not. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Just put it out. People are still gonna like it, or maybe they won't like it. Whatever, it
Totally.
doesn't matter. Move on to the next one and do better the next time, and keep putting out great content. And
Yeah. Well, guys, you got to meet Vince here.
Vince, where can people find your stuff?
Yeah, where can we find you? Plug yourself, man. Plug it.
So if you want to check out my music videos, go to vincelundi.com, VinceLundi. I'm on Instagram at I am Vince Lundi. If you want to check out my wedding work, it's www.theimageinmotion.com. I'm on Vimeo on both platforms,
Yep.
Vince Lundi and The Image in Motion. So those are my two different brands, and I as you guys can imagine, I separate those two.
Yeah, they're definitely different.
Yeah,
They're doing
they're a little
hardcore music videos and
Yeah,
weddings.
and then brides walking down the aisle, and the other
Right.
no thanks.
For sure. You're on
so-
YouTube too. Don't.
Yeah, YouTube, totally. So I'm on YouTube. I think it's just /Vince Lundi.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sick, man.
Yeah. So
Cool.
YouTube. Oh, and like you guys were saying, I want to do a ton of YouTube content this year. I said that last year, but you know how it goes.
We're the crew for that, man. This is
Yeah.
YouTube Factory here.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
YouTube
100 videos this year.
100. That's your
100.
goal.
Yeah.
Good
We're on
luck.
track too.
Good luck.
Yeah, bro.
Good.
All right,
And-
dude.
Well, hold on. One more
Oh, no,
question.
go ahead,
so,
go ahead.
out of those videos, are the pod this? Would this be considered one
Yeah.
video?
Yep.
Okay. So
Mhm.
it's podcast, it's vlogs, it's behind the scenes.
We're
it's
trying to
stuff
develop
like
a show. We'll show you our newest video.
that. Okay.
it's odd, but it's definitely unique and original. And we're
Yeah,
stoked
your
about
stuff's
it.
like totally different.
Yeah.
like
That's
some
kind of
like,
my thing.
That's what
No,
they
it's
say
cool.
to
Like
do.
you do like you have like the run at the mill stuff, which is like dope. You guys like do a really good job at, and then you have like that one music video with that
With
dude.
Dive, with the aliens.
Yeah, what the hell was I watching, dude? Like that was so insane.
That's what I'm talking
But
about.
that's probably what you were going for. You know
Oh,
what
dude,
I mean?
Casey and I, we just go, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's
fun,
fun,
man.
man.
Yeah.
So,
Sick.
all right, let's
I
wrap
appreciate
this up.
it, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're-
dude. All right.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
guys. Thanks for listening to the latest podcast.
If
We
you have
didn't
any
do a question.
questions, guys,
Yeah, please.
still nobody's asking questions.
We told you if you give us a comment, we're going to respond. There's no comment, so like, of course we're going.
Whatever.
To.
Fine.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. Thanks again for listening to the podcast. Available on YouTube and all your podcast platforms. You probably know that because you're watching it or listening to it.
Make sure you give us a 5-star or a thumbs up or a subscribe wherever you're listening.
Yep.
And tell a friend.
All right. Peace out, guys.
Later.
Adios.